Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Canadian Shield. My name is Sterling, and I'm your host. So the Liberal Party, in their desperation, has finally labeled the IRGC a terrorist organization. You may ask yourself why they had this in front of them for more than a year, almost 2 years, and they chose this moment to do something about it. I'll explain that at the end. Before, though, we listen to this announcement, I would shed some light on who the IRGC are for those of you that may not be aware. So, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps was started in the Iranian Revolution. In 1979, they threw what was called the Shah, or the king, out of the country with armed revolution. Now, as a result, you have two military branches inside of the country of Iran. You have the army and you have the navy, and then you have the IRGC and the IRGC Navy. The Navy operates predominantly in the Persian Gulf. They have a roster of over 150,000 people. They also have a volunteer group of about 90,000 people and another volunteer group that controls all of the social media and all of the other types of propaganda that may be coming out of it. So it's a large organization, and it's tied directly to the Ayatollah, not to the president, not to the prime minister, not to any of the elected bodies. I say elected, but any of the bodies that are operating under the premise of the government. They are tied directly and absolutely to the Ayatollah. They're a religious group, and their whole purpose is to defend the religious purity and chastity of Iran. As a result, they do some stuff that you and I may find very disagreeable. However, before I get into it, I would encourage you to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this channel with all of your friends. All right, so here, before I play the clip, I just want you to take a look at the cast of characters they brought out to make this announcement. There's 10 of them out there, 10 of them. And that's just the ones that are in this shot. There are probably 15 by the time it's all said and done. 15 elected members of parliament coming out to make this announcement only says to me one thing: desperation. All right, let's listen to this.
The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps as a terrorist entity under the Criminal Code. This action sends a strong message that Canada will use all of the tools at its disposal to combat the terrorist entity of the IRGC. The Iranian regime has consistently displayed disregard for human rights, both inside and outside of Iran, as well as a willingness to destabilize the international rules-based order. We also designated the Islamic Republic of Iran as a regime that has engaged in terrorism and systematic or gross human rights violations.
Okay, so you heard them listed as the Islamic Republic of Iran. That's because, like I told you, it's the theocracy, and it's ruled by the Ayatollah, though they do have a prime minister and a president, I believe. Now, if you're an Iranian and you're listening to this, I would encourage you to find peace and joy in this, because now you have the right, if you are getting pressure from someone in the IRGC to do something mundane like cover your hair because you're living in Toronto, or you're living in any of the districts that are represented by the 10 liberals that have come out on the stage just in a simple solitary effort to sway your vote. I'm not telling you that you should vote for the Liberal, but I am telling you that you now there will be a phone number where you can say this individual threatened you as a terrorist, and the people that the RCMP likely will have to swing by and look at this individual. So you might find some protection in that. Now, I get that it's a big organization, and I get that it's going to take some time, but it's important, as from my perspective, to see that we as a country need to stop allowing other countries to operate freely inside of our borders, especially if they go against the moral fiber of this country, especially if they stand against what we believe in. Why did the Liberal Party elect at this time to do it? Well, they got foreign interference coming out the wazoo, and they needed something so that they can say, look, we're being tough on foreign interference. We're cracking down on all of the people that are coming through this country and interfering. I would imagine they didn't have anything that they could do against China, so they went for the next best thing. They went for Iran. How this helps them in the Middle East is a big screaming question in my mind. However, they don't care about that. And we know that they don't care about that because there are so many of them in this picture. They are clamoring to get into the shot. and they're clamoring to get into the shop because they want to just simply drum up votes. They simply want to go back to their regions and say, look, we were tough on crime and we did everything that we could do. And we were standing together and now the IRGC is bad. They've known that for years, but they've done nothing about it. And if you listen to them, they'll tell you, oh, well, it's because we were waiting for credible information. I see. Credible information. The fact that people were telling you this was not enough. You needed somebody else to approve it, and you needed to do it right now before the summer, last minute before the summer break, when you got foreign interference clamoring down on you everywhere you turn. I'm not telling you that it's not a good thing. I'm not telling you that the conservative pressure is absolutely what caused them to do it. The conservative pressure of the foreign interference, the conservative pressure of telling them that the IRGC needs to be listed. Now, the Liberals won't admit that, but that's the fact. The fact of the matter is the Liberals are desperate. They will do whatever it takes, and you need to remember that. They will do and say whatever they have to say to get the vote, not to do what's right, not to do the thing they need to repair the country, not to do the thing that they need to unite the country. The last thing that the Liberals want is a united country. They do, however, want to be able to say to you that they stood against the IRGC finally after all these decades. All right, I'm going to wrap here. I want to thank you all for listening. I would appreciate it if you would like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this channel with your friends. I'll talk to you next time.